it's Vi. Welcome to my kitchen. I have the lovely Aria with me today. She wanted me to hold her, so I wanted to tell you what is for dinner. What's for dinner, you know? No? Okay, well I'm going to tell you what's for dinner then. Tonight we're having stir fry. Now stir fry is one of those things that I'm going to show you, but honestly you can make it any way you want. It can be a vegetarian dish, you can add shrimp, any other flavors of like chicken or beef or anything else. It's really versatile. You can add leftover veggies of any kind that you've got, anything on sale. There's really no rhyme or reason as far as stir fry goes. So tonight, to jazz up our stir fry, I decided to soak our meat, which is down here. I got, this is carne asada meat, also known as very thinly sliced round steak is what you can find it as. I have soaked it in some orange juice for about 30 minutes, so it's going to have kind of a citrusy flavor to it. When I cook this, I am going to drain all, but I'm going to say about a 1/4 cup of this. So all this is going to go in there and it's going to get cooked. Now we are going to cook it in the skillet first. This is the first thing we're going to cook, and we're going to cook it until there is no pink left. It's nice and brown inside. The next thing that I'm going to do to jazz up ours is I'm going to be adding some cashews. They're just raw cashews. I don't believe that they even are salted. They're just raw ones. We're going to go ahead and put those in second. I have these actually, all our components are actually in order of when we're going to add them into our skillet. You always want to start with things that are harder or that soak up flavor better, and then move on to the other stuff that don't take as long to cook, etc., because you're just going to be stir-frying these. So we're going to be basically sauteing, if you will, and getting all of the flavors mashed together. So we do meat first, then we've got our cashews. The next thing on our list is carrots. Now I'm not going to just throw them in like this. I'm actually going to cut these up into bite-sized pieces. So they're the ones that go in next. Then on the list we have sliced water chestnuts. Now water chestnuts, if you've never had them before, they actually pretty much soak up the flavor of whatever you're cooking them with. So I like to put them in kind of near the beginning of the ingredients. So water chestnuts, now these are sliced. You can get them whole and you can get them minced. I'm actually going to take these sliced ones and probably cut them in half so they're more bite-sized. Those are kind of big. I've got 2 stalks of celery right here, which I'm going to be slicing and putting in. And I have 3 green onions, and I'm only going to use the bottom half. I think the better flavor is probably up to here. It is okay to use all of the leaves. These are about a few days old, so they're starting to wither. Doesn't matter to me because, like I said, I'm not going to use it. I never do anyways. The best flavor, in my opinion, is the bottom half. So we're going to use 3 of those. I have already washed these. We're going to put in some mung bean sprouts. They don't have much of a flavor. They just add a little bit of crunch to your stir fry. So we're going to put those in. A whole bag, which is what, 12 ounces I think? Yeah, 12 ounces. And then I've got some fancy snow peas. I'm going to go ahead and wash these and keep them in their whole form and just put them in. So we have, I think that's about 6 ounces of snow peas. The next thing I'm going to put in, actually at the very end, is we're going to put in some mandarin oranges. These are in syrup, so I'm going to be draining them. We just want the oranges themselves because I soaked our meat in orange juice, so it's going to be a citrus flavor. So just to add a little bit more citrus, we're going to put in some mandarin oranges. For flavor and for making our sauce, we're going to use soy sauce, and we're probably going to put 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of cold water to thicken up our stuff, but that's after all the other components have been put in. So right now I've got my skillet going, and I'm going to start the meat, and after that I will check in back with you. Okay, so let me draw your attention down here at the meat. It has been simmering and cooking for about 5 minutes. As you can see, it has just a very, very light tinge of a hint of pink left. This is fine because by the time we're done with all of it, the meat will be cooked all the way through. So I'm going to go ahead and add our cashews. This is approximately ½ a cup of cashews. I'm just going to dump them right into there. And we're going to go ahead and stir them up. I like to use 2 spatulas just because it's easier to agitate everything in here. Just kind of get it all spread out. Once we get these in here, I'm actually going to add our carrots and water chestnuts as well. So these are the carrots, and as you can see, I have chopped them into little rounds. I just left them here so you guys could see. So we're going to dump those in. And the water chestnuts. I have drained the water chestnuts, and I have actually cut them in half. So we're going to go ahead and pour those in as well. and we're gonna go ahead and stir them up. You're gonna cook this for approximately 2 minutes, not too long, because you're putting the tougher vegetables in first, but overall, your stir fry should not take more than about 10 to 15 minutes total cook time. You don't want to make your vegetables mushy. You just want them crisp, tender. So we're gonna go ahead and let this cook. It cooled down because our vegetables were a little cold. So it's got to heat back up, and I'm gonna let it simmer here for 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, well, I'm joined again by my little co-pilot today. She's in a I want daddy mood, so she's settling for mommy. But anyways, this has been cooking for approximately 2 minutes. That's what it looks like. As you can see, the meat is no longer pink at all, and it's heated up enough that it's sizzling. We've got the carrots, the cashews in it. It's time to put in the celery. So the celery I have put into little chunks. I don't know how thick that is, but that's what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and put these in. You got it? I can do it. All right, so let's get all of these in there.
It's called one-handed cooking.
I know. That's the celery in there. I'm also going to put our green onions, which I have sliced in little rounds, just like that. Those are gonna go ahead and go in as well. I'm gonna stir those in real quick. You don't want to eat those, pumpkin pie. It won't taste good like that. She wants to eat them just like this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stir them in just a little bit. I'm gonna switch sides with you, kiddo. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stir this in. Just get them nice and warmed up and ready to go. You want down, or you want to stay? Okay. All right, now that those are all mixed in, I'm gonna go ahead and literally put the other stuff in here as well. So we've got the mung beans that I'm gonna put in here. These have been washed. I just put them back in the bag, just so I could show you guys what was going on in the process that was happening. So all the mung beans are gonna go in here. Like I said, they don't have too strong of a flavor. They kind of soak up the flavor of whatever you put in there. They're just a little crunchy, so it'll give a little crunch to our stir fry. So there's that. Okay. And then we're just going to stir these in. I'm going to put you down, Pumpkin. Okay. So those are getting stirred in here. She wanted down, so I just let her go. No more co-host or co-pilot or anything. She's fickle. She can't decide whether she wants to hang out and cook with mommy or not. Okay, so now that we've got these all in here, the last thing I gotta put in here are the fancy snow peas. You wanna get that?
She started to pick it up and then she started crying.
So we have our snow peas that we're gonna put in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these mixed in too. That one's actually really long. Okay, so we're gonna get these mixed in. They are going to get soft and they are going to shrink up just a tiny bit. Same thing that happens with all vegetables. They start out and they're huge and they take up a lot of space, and before you know it, they've cooked down quite a bit, almost by half, I would say. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this simmer just like this, and I'm gonna keep agitating it every so often, kind of flipping it and stir frying it. I don't know, that's the best term I can use, I guess. So in about 5 minutes, this should be done, and I'll check back in with you. All right. So approximately 2 to 3 minutes has passed if you want to check out and see what it looks like. The snap peas are decidedly darker than they were before. So what I'm going to do to add a little bit of flavor. Now our meat is flavored because I did marinate them in orange juice, so they do have kind of a citrus flavor, but there's not any salt or anything else in here. So I'm actually going to add some La Choy. This is my favorite brand of soy sauce. I'm going to add a few tablespoons, at least a couple, but I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to eyeball it. So in goes.
So what she says 2 tablespoons is probably 3 cups again.
No, it isn't. So we go like that. No way. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir it all up. And the next thing I'm going to do, because I'm noticing, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there isn't a whole lot of sauce. It's pretty much all been soaked up by all of the vegetables. So what I plan to do, obviously you saw me put soy sauce in there. So what I'm going to do now is after I get it all finished being stirred up, I'm going to put a lid on it. It's going to help steam our vegetables, keep the moisture in so that we don't drain any more out. And I'm going to leave it that way for about 5 minutes. Every 30 seconds or so, maybe every minute, I'm going to stop, come over here, take the lid off, and I'm going to stir it up. So until then, that is how that looks, and I will see you in approximately 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, this is what the stir fry looks like. As you notice, there is no pink left over at all on any of the meat. It's nicely done. You can't tell from across the screen, but I'm going to tell you that all the vegetables are crisp, tender. They're not soggy, they are cooked, and they are perfect. So the last thing we're going to do, we're going to turn off our skillet. I'm going to take those mandarin oranges that I have drained them so they are without their sauce. We're going to go ahead and pour them in, stir it up. Just going to add some more of that citrus flavor to the rest of our stir fry. There we go. While that's heating up, I'm going to add some steamed white rice to our plate. So we have steamed white rice. It's going right here on the plate, just like that. I'm going to add a scoop of this right on top. And that, my friends, is what's for dinner. This is a citrus flavored stir fry over steamed white rice. 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, depending on what vegetables and things you're cooking it will take. So that's what's for dinner. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a big fat thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to see more videos just like this or my other gaming videos. And leave me comments down below. Are there any food questions I can answer for you? Something you want to see prepared? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye guys!